What's up, guys? Chevalier is here, and I put together a little 6-star selective tier list that I'd like to show you, because a lot of people on the forums and in-game always want to know which 6-star selective should I pick. So I tried to make it as simplest as I could, but also as descriptive as I could, so it may haven't turned out the best that it could have been, but I'll try my best to describe it as clearly as possible. So in tier 1, we have, well, mainly all of attack to win, but let's start out with Scion. Overall, good in most modes. He's one of the, if not the best leader that you can pick besides maybe Pan or Orga from the 6-star selective list. And he's also part of attack to win. And here or there, he can work as a support. His support stats aren't that bad, so he's pretty multi-purpose, as well as being part of the team alliance, the trait alliance for attack, which a lot of basis for it comes in the different tiers out of whether they're for balance attack, they're part of 4v attack to win, and tier 1 being overall viability. Yes, all of attack to win, besides that because he's not included in this tier list, is there, but not because they're an attack to win. We'll start off with Shanna. She's top 4 at least in boss rate damage. She's a great support, part of attack to win. She's also an attack type hero, so she fits in for the attack traits team alliance, which is important to try and go for if you can. Like if the options come up, especially if it's a better hero, to go ahead and throw 3, 4, 5, not 5. You can always keep a healer. Like 3 or 4 balance or attack types together to get that boost. I wouldn't recommend going defense, but if you do happen to roll, like if you don't have any other options, go ahead and try it, like get that. But Shanna, overall good in most modes, not that great in arena, but she's top tier for boss rate. Part of attack to win, good support, so that's why she's tier 1. Cell, generally good in all modes, pretty good. Not best in late game arena, but she's good. Reyna, a little bit under Cell, but with a CC, so she's also all around pretty good. The thing about her is that besides being all around generally pretty good when with a CC, she's also part of the Hats dungeon. So again, that's why she's tier 1. And Pan and Orga, your best healers you can get from these 6-star selective draws. That's why they're there. They also work as decent leaders, especially since if you run a healer as a lead, it can kind of will cause you to die some of the times, because if you're under CC, you can't use your hero's main ability, and if you can't heal, you need to heal, you're dead. But other than that, they're pretty good because all the HP bonuses you get from your other heroes get applied to that heal, so you heal for even more. We're going to go down to tier 2, which is completely filled, besides Reyna, with all the Hats heroes. And I rank these at number 2 over some of the heroes at number 3, but I'll get to that in a second. So we're going to start off with the healers. Moon, out of all 3, I believe she would be the best. And then Nia and Angelus. And I ranked all of the melee fairies as leads because of the fact that they're melee, under the assumption that most people are autoing these dungeons. And with a ranged lead, they'll just get caught behind a lot more of the ads, and it's going to take a lot longer. You're taking more damage. But out of all of those, I think Kyra is the only real lead that you could use, like based on her stats. The other ones have pretty good supporting stats, which takes away from their stats in general because of the supporting stats, or the amount of the percentage of their stats that they give to the leader. But out of all of them, Kyra would be the best leader. I don't know if I would. Well, technically they're all kind of bad, so I mean, just take one of them, I guess. Celine, if you're there, also works pretty well. Out of the leads and supports, I would say Celine is the best because she does have that flinch silence, a little bit of flinch. But again, just in my personal opinion, I would take maybe Angela Poison. I hate Kyra, but she's a pretty good lead for this dungeon, and Flair's a good support. But I would take Angela or Poison, but Celine would be a better leader if you were there or you moved your character in front of the boss. And Pi I wouldn't recommend as a leader, but that's why she's in the support tab. But yeah, those are all the fairies, why I rank them tier 2. Now here's where a lot of discrepancies are probably going to come in tier 3. Freya, Derek, and Uroth aren't great. I wouldn't recommend getting them unless unless you so happened upon some other heroes for V. Like perhaps you had. I guess for starting off, you wouldn't have that much of an option. You get like a 5 and 6 star, but let's say you're like a month into the game or so, and you're kind of close. But again, I would probably take tier 1 or tier 2 over that. Maybe not some of the tier 2s, especially if you already have a Hats dungeon hero and you're pretty midway into the dungeon. But especially Derek and Uroth, pretty bad. Derek is okay if you're going for the attack trait. And if you line him up in arena, he's okay, but not the best. And Freya has a CC, but I hate it. It's like Voros's, but with less damage. So wouldn't recommend those, but they're tier 3 because they're part of 4V, which is I think I'm gonna go ahead and say second. It was supposed to overtake attack to win, but from what I've seen in Unawakened Diamond 1 arena, I haven't seen a single 4 That doesn't mean there isn't one, but I've just seen attack to wins that are unawakened that make it a Diamond 1 in arena. So, over general viability, I don't like many of those heroes. And for the attack traits, some of the more powerful supports being Idris, Song, and Warp. Out of those, Idris is the best. Song has a defense reduction, if I'm thinking right, and decent supporting stats. Warp's just bad, but they have decent supporting stats, and if you have the opportunity to get 3 to 4 attack style champions, you might want to take one of those. And for the balance, we have Ifrita, Rab, Creed, and Lagna. I don't know why I always call it Lasagna, but out of those, Ifrita and Creed are my favorites because of CC, and early CC can help you out with the progression and scenario. Rab is still okay, but he's kind of like Hero Researcher with, I believe, better supported stats. So I don't really care for him. And of course, if you haven't got a 6-star healer yet, Nurse and Int are pretty good. Nurse over Int, in my opinion, because of the defense buff. The attack buff's kind of nice, but not getting murdered is pretty nice as well. And the attack buff isn't that much. And now we have the bottom of the barrel, the tier 4. I rank the left side being CC a little bit better than the others. I mean, all these champions, give or take, have terrible supporting stats besides Dimitri, which is why he's in the okay supporting stats section. But on the left side, if you're stuck with all this, maybe take some of the CC heroes, or just like if you don't want to get stuck in this area where you only have these heroes. But if you do, maybe take one of the CC heroes, or if you're progressing in a dungeon, you have like another 6-star, like let's say set item or rune dungeon, maybe take one of those heroes if you're doing okay in scenario, because these aren't going to help you that much in scenario anyways. Like if you needed like a skeleton or Humba for... Those don't go together. If you needed Humba for the demon dungeon or skeleton for rune dungeon, maybe go here or there, but overall, probably Dimitri or CC if you haven't had any yet. Under the section, going away from the CC, we have Humba, Dean, Char, and... I don't know why I have Humba on there twice. I'll have to fix that later. But Dean is just bad. No supporting stats. He has like Mythy style stats with higher attack, but not a great ability. And I've seen one Awakened Dean, 1 or 2, and they just die. I wouldn't recommend getting Dean. And I believe he's also for the human dungeon, and you get spammed with humans, so that doesn't really help in and Dimensional Gate either. Char, I've seen a couple Awakened, and I've heard that she can be okay when she's awakened, but I've seen like one, but in top arena I don't really see that many of them. But I put her as a question mark because I don't really know where she belongs, because I don't have any personal experience and not many people have awakened her. But I've heard some weird things about her that she could be okay, so she's still a question mark, but I don't like her. And never, we have the terrible champions. Canna, Jairus, Para, Wintere, Del, Fury, and Holy doesn't technically belong here. She belongs in the CC section, but she's awful. I mean, she has a stun. She belongs over there, but I put her there because I don't like her. But she belongs in the CC section. So that's pretty much your 4 tiers. We're going to slide over to the honorable mentions on the left side of the screen here, where Mr. Vera and Miranda go. Miranda has good supporting stats, but she's awful. She's not that strong of a hero. She has great supporting stats, but she's just pretty bad. And I believe, I cannot remember at this moment. I'll check in a second if I remember. If she's balance or attack. If she is attack, that would be okay because I believe the attack trait is stronger than the balance and the defense is just kind of garbage. But if you needed it for one of those trait alliances, maybe, but not over like a 1 through 3 tier. Maybe some of the 3 tiers depending on where you're going, but yeah. Vera, nice supporting stats, could work as a leader, but I wouldn't recommend it because their stats are a little bit lower because their supporting stats are so high. But I've seen a couple of Awakened Veras and she seems decent, but not great. So I'm not sure where to rank her. I don't know if I'd rank her over tier 2 some of the Hats heroes because the Hats dungeon really is important. A 2-star Hats is, again, like many of you know, 2 stars, and it just saves a lot of gold and being able to get the higher chances. And of course, as it comes along with any of the Dimensional Gate dungeons, you get more shards. But more specifically, better chances at 2 and 3-star Hats. It's gonna save you a lot of money and upgrade your heroes faster. But it's up to you on Vera. She's okay. Now, Mistra is an oddball because, like about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, everyone didn't like her. And then I don't know who awakened her or what happened, but they tried her out in boss raid, and I believe she has to be 1 or 2 in damage. She's amazing, like in-game boss raid kind of damage, unless they changed something about that. So I wasn't sure where to put her and in arena, unless you have like a full oath. From my experience fighting her, she one-shots if she hits my Liz behind my top lane Siren. It takes her down to like 10%, and that's not even the entire spec hitting her. Like that spec does so much damage, but I don't believe she's in game arena from my viewpoint on what she does and from what I've seen just looking on the list of people's heroes. But she's pretty good, so you may want to take her, but on the other hand, she is farmable in I think 4 or 5, somewhere in the 3rd or 4th stage of normal Sky Island. So you could farm her there once you get there, but I mean, this is more about an early game thing with Selective, so it's up to you. If you're tired of getting kicked out of boss raids, but I don't know if I'd recommend her as a first awaken, but maybe like 4th or 3rd. I mean, you'll do more damage than people like me who have technically, I have 5 awakens right now. I have the mats, but I only have 3 right now with like 40k damage, but I almost always get low DPS because I have Liz, Scion, Lana, and because I'm a little bad, but the heroes make up a lot of that, less missing damage. But then again, you could just take Shanna, who does pretty close to that. Not as much, I don't believe, but still a lot of damage. So I believe that's pretty much it for the tier list. I hope I did at least a decent enough job. Let me go back a little bit here. If you don't know what the attack, balance, and defense trait alliances are, they're in your here. Let me show you right now. Oh, now that I go here, I don't remember where they're at. Manage hero. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Team buff list. And then we go to trait alliances. You can see the different little buffs that you get. Like attack, you get 11%. Or it's not. It seems like a small number, but that's to every one of your heroes stacking. So it's pretty nice. And then the balance buff, the defense buff. Hope I didn't skip that. Oh yeah, 12, 12, 12. So it's not too bad. Okay. Hopefully I didn't look at the wrong thing there. But okay. What do we have? Let's go back here, because it's like you see it every single day. Like, what am I gonna pick here? What am I gonna pick with this? And I hope I did at least a decent enough job with that tier list to explain. Because I believe overall this is a pretty good idea of what you pick, especially tier 4 being ranked lower than the above. But let's say that you were stuck with like a tier 3 and a demon hero. Like, I think the only one down there in T4 would be Humba. And you wanted to start getting some runes, and you hadn't made it to Sky Island, and you didn't feel like buying them. And you had, let's just say, some choices from tier 4, and you had maybe a Hatch Dungeon hero or Idris, and also Humba's an option. You didn't have a demon hero. Just certain situations like that aren't always going to be the same for everybody. And of course, then again, some people just hate certain heroes. Like my hate, like holy, you're just not going to get it. That's not what you want to do. Even if it will be better than Dimitri because of the CC and it can help you push the stage. But if you don't want to get that hero, you don't like. I'm not saying to pick this or this is the best 100% of the time, but generally, I think this would be a good guideline to follow for your selective hero draw tickets. And I believe I didn't miss a hero. I checked like 7 times, but I have 2 Humblers on my list, but I'm pretty sure I got all the heroes. So let's get out of there. And just in case anyone forgot or hadn't noticed, we have a rainbow mission going on. It's really nice. I would recommend upgrading 1 at a time because you get 2 points per powering up a hero. Now that's just based off my assumptions because I hadn't actually tried upgrading a lot, but that's how it usually works. It'll just give you power up a hero. If you do like 6 at a time, it should only give you 2. But it may do it collectively for you. But based off how things usually run these events, it's probably 1 at a time. I might actually do a video on that, just save up as many points as I can, have a couple thousand. But hopefully that helped some of you guys that were always asking which hero to pick here, whatnot. Just a little bit of a guideline for you to follow. And there's one thing I want to tell you guys. And I think maybe this Friday or the next Friday, I have a surprise for you guys. It's like an 85% chance that it's going to come out with a video, like I guess you can call it the event, but I'll call it, 85% chance there will be a giveaway in the next video. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but it should be pretty good. Didn't mean to seem so unsure there, but it should be pretty good. But as usual, I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Oh, almost forgot. If you do like this kind of content, like the 6-star selectives or different picks, or maybe you want to see some arena videos, comment down below, or if you like this specific video, hit the like button or the dislike button so I know what you guys like or dislike. Because maybe I'll do, although I don't know if there's a point in doing the 5-star selective hero because this adds Lana and Zebram, but videos along this style. And I'm also not going to tell you what the next video is going to be about, leave that for surprise too, but 85% chance. Anyways, bye-bye.